Welcome to Snowflake's Data Superheroes Origins. I'm your host, Kent Graziano, and this is my Data Dojo. On this episode of Data Superheroes Origins, I have Snowflake superhero Holt Calder. Welcome to the Data Dojo, Holt.
Thanks for having me, Kent. Happy to be here.
So it's great having you here on the show. So let's get started here. You've been pretty active in our community. You've got over 19,000 points, I guess now, and you're Snow Pro certified. But some of the viewers, might not know you as well. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're located, who you work for, and what your current role is?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Holt Calder. I'm a data architect with InterWorks, so we're a professional services partner of Snowflake. I'm located about an hour north of Oklahoma City, so in a college town called Stillwater, Oklahoma.
How did you get to this point in your career, and maybe tell us a little bit about how you developed your obvious passion for data?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been with InterWorks for about 4 years now. I started out doing traditional desktop and server support, just IT for the organization. Around that time, our data practice was really developing, and I was lucky to kind of join at the beginning. So we had just one team. We were just developing our partnership with Snowflake, and I kind of came into chaos. We were just figuring out how we wanted to do things different than, traditional on-prem architecture, and Snowflake was really core to that. So as we grew with Snowflake, I just kind of grew in my role. So I started out just general data engineering. Along the way, kind of got more familiar with cloud architecture concepts and landed where I am now.
Oh, so what did you study in college?
I studied accounting and MIS. So the MIS is a little bit more clear for what I do now, but
Yeah, well, the accounting gives you that appreciation for the numbers at least, and all the data science sorts of stuff that we're doing these days, huh?
Yeah, love my debits and credits.
Yeah. So what does the day in the life of a data superhero look like for you?
Yeah, so before it was a lot more exciting. I was traveling quite a bit. Obviously, this year has been unexpected for everyone. And now each day looks more like this with my hoodie and InterWorks t-shirt. But in consulting, I never really have the same day twice. I'm working with different clients pretty consistently, oftentimes working in Snowflake and just trying to, document things that I see, make some time for blogging and webinars, things like that, and get back to the community a little bit.
Cool. So what motivated you to become one of our superheroes?
Yeah, so becoming a superhero was a really natural progression for me from the very beginning that I've been working with Snowflake, blogging, and just generating content around Snowflake's platform has been really crucial to my career. And it's helped me not just learn the things that I know how to do in Snowflake, but also share that knowledge back out to people that work at InterWorks, people that don't. And the next step for that just really seemed like superhero was a good fit for me. Submitted all of my blogs and luckily was able to join the group.
So what does it mean to you to be recognized as a superhero?
It was a big deal for me when I was recognized as a superhero. I was so excited. I was actually watching the Snowflake Summit and the box showed up at my house with all of the awesome superhero swag, and it was a cool moment. I love being a part of the community, and there's so many bright people in the superhero community to just bounce ideas off of and see how they do things. It's been great.
Speaking of that, which of your community contributions are you the most proud of?
I've written quite a few blogs. I think that blogging just in general are my favorite contributions. My LinkedIn network, I've met so many people who just add me and send a message. Hey, I read your blog about, JSON querying, or I read your blog about the new features coming out, and it was really informative. And that's my favorite part, is meeting people and, contributing to the community in a way that, makes other people learn something and then also kind of expands my network.
Yeah, that's great. So what kind of advice would you give to other folks who are aspiring to join the Data Superhero program?
The advice I would give, and what worked for me, is just trying to share everything that you learn. Even if you think it might not be very complex or you think people already know it, That's just the approach I took. I wrote up everything that I figured out about Snowflake, and I tried to share it with the world, even, how to connect Snowflake to Excel, very basic things. You know, if you share and have that attitude of, education and really wanting to collaborate with others, it's just going to, invite that back to you, and you're going to learn more in the process. You're going to kind of establish your online brand, and you'll end up becoming a superhero one day if you just keep at it.
So what's your all-time favorite Snowflake feature so far?
That's a great question. And Snowflake has way too many. So when I saw this question originally, it took me a while to figure it out. But I think that the JSON and semi-structured capabilities of Snowflake would have to be my favorite feature. I spent probably my first year in Snowflake just writing views and working with semi-structured data in Snowflake. And it was my first experience really working with semi-structured data in general. So it seemed normal to me. And then I would present my work back to clients, and it was just, mind blowing. It just had everybody freaking out. And then I had to backtrack and do it the old way just to truly appreciate how powerful and really performant it is.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too, because really when I joined Snowflake, that was the first time I started working with a lot of semi-structured data, and it's just so much simpler than the old way of having to parse all of it out and design a bunch of tables and figure out the load process. And it's just one table, load it in, write a query, and you're off to the races. So yeah, I appreciate that one a lot too. With the Data Cloud Summit here recently, we had a bunch of announcements. We've got some, as always, more features coming and new features, coming out. Are there any in particular that you're looking forward to testing out and trying to implement with some of your customers?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Snowpark. It's a whole new world for me. I haven't really worked in machine learning or data science very much. And a lot of that, I think, is just because of how complex those worlds are. And similar to how Snowflake simplified data warehousing, a lot of other data workloads, I'm really excited to see what Snowpark does for that. And excited for a public preview so I can start poking at it. Every time that there's a data summit, I feel behind the 8 ball immediately. It's like there's a whole new world of technology that I need to learn that Snowflake supports basically immediately.
Yeah, well, it does keep it interesting, that's for sure. So who do you follow in the data community for inspiration? And it could be, people outside of the Snowflake world even.
Yeah, so I think I get a lot of my content from you because you have a ton of great information that you're constantly sharing on LinkedIn. I also like Randy. He's another data superhero. A lot of the content he shares is really helpful. And then kind of outside of Snowflake, I love following Dan Murray. He's actually a colleague of mine at InterWorks and one of the original Tableau guys. So I always like to hear his read on cloud technology and, how the ecosystem has changed.
So what's next on your data superhero journey?
Yeah, I need to dedicate some time to getting that next cert. So the Snow Pro Advanced Architect. I took it once and I didn't pass. So I need to give it some more time this go around. And other than that, I think just getting up to speed on the new features, the, Snowpark, unstructured data, implementing maybe some machine learning data science workloads in Snowflake and sharing them back out to the community, through blogs and webinars, things like that.
Okay. So where can viewers follow you so they can, find your, where do they find your blogs? Are you on YouTube or Twitter or anywhere?
Yeah, so viewers can find my blogs on the InterWorks website. So that would be interworks.com/blog. We have a ton of Snowflake content there from myself and other authors. And also I post a ton of content to LinkedIn. So viewers can go and add me there. I always like to meet other Snowflake fans.
Tell us something outside the world of data, something about yourself that might surprise the viewers.
This year during the quarantine, and what I don't think people would expect is I'm actually an ordained minister and I have officiated a wedding ceremony. So during COVID-19, One of my colleagues and best friends had a backyard wedding and they needed to find a minister. So I went through and did ordainment and then got registered with the state of Oklahoma, and my name is signed on their marriage license.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's definitely different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess there's a lot of opportunities with the pandemic that you might not have had before. All right. Well, thanks for being with us. Hope we get a chance to meet up at like a real user group meeting or event sometime in 2021 here. Because like you, I was traveling all the time and yeah, missing the travel just a little bit now. Didn't think I would, but yeah, we sure do.
I am too. Yeah, ditto. Hopefully see you soon.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining us today in the Snowflake Data Dojo. If you enjoyed this interview, please like it and share it with your friends. This is Kent Graziano, the Data Warrior, signing off for now. See you on the next episode of Data Superheroes Origins.